Hello Internet, I'm Daniel, the friendly pitch professor. I've just spent the last couple hours at the Vienna's Technical University, what a beautiful place, isn't it? Working with researchers on, well, trying to get them to maybe found a startup or two, or spin-offs as we call it. And what I always find really, really fascinating is, oh geez, look at this, isn't this fantastic and beautiful? What a city. Vienna. Love this place. The interesting thing is always the hardest part for researchers is not actually the work they do and the knowledge and the know-how they have, but rather actually understanding to take the step forward and actually go out into the real field and test what they do, because at university you're taught to know things, well, probably 100%. But in reality, as an entrepreneur, we know you'll never know 100%. It'll be so hard to grasp. So, in other words, as an entrepreneur, you have to learn to embrace the uncertainty. Knowing things 70%, 60%, sometimes 50%, and just going for it and actually validating it. And most of the time we spoke about the essential, as I call it, the startup mantra and all the whole build, measure, learn. So we're trying to tell researchers, don't spend too much trying to find out if it's going to work perfectly, but go out there, build what you think is going to work, measure what's happening and learn from it, and then kind of understand, prototype quickly, build an MVP and go for it. And there's one more fact that's really important. A lot of research, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but they always assume the first time you can approach a customer or an investor is somewhere where you have to have the perfect product. But that's not true. There's no such thing as a perfect product, number one. And number two, the best way to develop a product the customer likes is, if you're on limited budget and time is of the essence, is developing it together with your customer to be. But the important thing is, don't bullshit, don't tell people you know everything, but understand that it's okay to say, look, we're in an early phase, and ask and listen and ask people and your potential customers what kind of issues they have, what kind of problems they have, and then good stuff is going to happen. So let's see, it should be fun. So no chance in faking this. Time has gone by. I've spent the last 3 days at the University of Technology working with students and researchers and PhDs on their pitches and so on. And I just told you in the last cut, probably, that you have to try and get your customers early on. But the trick is, don't try and sell them your technology and tell them about the newest wizardy stuff you build. Probably they're not going to listen, but rather understand what kind of a problem they're facing and tell them how you are going to solve it for them. That's the part where they might start listening. So really be careful in approaching them, understand what kind of a problem you're fixing for them, and then tell them, I know you have this and this issue, I know it's a huge challenge for you, and you're currently solving it this way, but I can do this so and so much quicker, so much more efficient, and so on. Obviously, you won't know the perfect number than this, but if it's 10% quicker, 20% cheaper, maybe even 5% more efficient, that's huge for corporate. So if you know them, research them, and then just go for it. Don't forget, last video, done is better than perfect. That's the way you should approach it. Don't wait too long, but still do your homework. And again, don't try and sell technologies, but sell solutions. So, let's go back to the pitching. See ya. Bye-bye. Oh, and by the way, look at this beautiful university. Isn't this fantastic? And one more thing, yes, technique for mention, don't forget you're always building solutions for people. You're not building technology for the sake of it, you're building technology for people. But know which kind of people you're talking to. And at this point I always have to tell you, don't forget to subscribe, because subscribers make me happy. So if you don't subscribe, puppies are going to die. That's obviously not true, but still, subscribe, tell others to subscribe, and I'm looking forward to next week's edition, because that's going to be from New York. And that's going to be really awesome. Not saying this one wasn't awesome, but still, New York, that's always a good reason. Should be fun. See you next week from the other side of the globe. Okay, that was cheesy. Oh, and as I'm an expert, I just noticed that you probably couldn't read what it says here. So, there, Technik für Menschen, technology for people. That's the one thing. And the other thing is, always double check if the stuff you're trying to do actually works, as I did just now. In that sense, don't forget to subscribe. I may have said that, but you know, always double, triple, and quadruple says things. In that sense, I'm Daniel, the friendly pitch professor, and I'll be going back on stage now to pitch. As you can see, I'm wearing my working clothes. So, see you later and bye-bye. And I'm in an elevator, and if I'm in an elevator, I always have to think of elevator pitching, so I will be going to the city of elevator pitching, New York. See you in a week from New York. Bye-bye.